Good day, everyone. Welcome to the Canadian Edge. We are going to review another knife today. Before we do that, if you like these videos, please hit the like and subscribe button, and feel free to leave a comment. Always enjoy to read those. Today we're going to be looking at the Gerber Remix. So this is a knife. It's been an EDC of mine now for a few years. It's one that's inexpensive, but it's one of the best EDCs that I've carried. I just like this knife a lot. It's worked well for me in the jobs that I do around my place and at work and stuff like that. So the Gerber Remix, it has a blade of 2.9 inches. Open, it's 7.35 inches, and closed, we've got 4.45 inches. So it's a little bigger knife compared to my other common knives. I guess not that much bigger. That's the Benchmade Mini Griptilian, and this Spyderco Double Bevel, which I just did a review on, which I guess is actually a little bit bigger than the Remix. Those are my three main EDCs at the moment, but it gives you an idea of the size. The weight of this is 3.64 ounces. The steel is 7CR17 MOV, which is a budget steel, but it's a good, reliable steel. It is a drop point with a plain edge. You can get these in tanto and serrated as well, or partially serrated. The handle is skeletonized aluminum to make it a little bit lighter. And it is a liner lock. You can see there. And the pocket clip is stainless steel and is only one position. It is a tip-up carry, but it's not quite deep carry, but it's pretty close. Not a lot of the knife is sticking out when it's in your pocket, which is nice. And it does have the dual thumb studs for opening it, so you can use it if you're a little more ambidextrous than I am. It can be used left-handed as well. And it does have a lanyard hole at the back as well for your lanyard, if you like using a lanyard. One of the unusual things about this knife, and most people say, what is the big O-ring for? What purpose does that serve? Well, it's aesthetics to make it look a little different, but also it does give you grip. It's a little more awkward grip than what probably most people are used to. I'll often hold it like that myself, but it does give you a different grip there, and it also does give you a little bit of leverage when you have that grip there as well. It does have jimping at the back, which, yes, I will say I am a fan of the jimping. And then it has the open back here so you can see through the back. Excuse me. So as I said, this is a knife that I've used a lot. I think I was $35 or something new. I got it on sale for $20. And the surprising thing for me is that this thing actually is quite sharp. It holds an edge surprisingly well. I've had this knife for probably, 8 years or so, and I think I've had to sharpen it twice in that time. And so it does hold an edge. It does sharpen up well. And yeah, it will cut through paper. That is the Gerber Remix. I know a lot of people, I've seen different reviews where guys have said this is the most useless knife in the world. They would never recommend it for anybody. Other guys are like, yeah, this is a good knife. This is just my opinion. I enjoy this knife. It's been a good knife for me. I saw one guy that used it as a throwing knife, and the pivot all came apart and stuff, and the blade was wobbling, and that. This is not a throwing knife. If you want a throwing knife, get a throwing knife. No offense to that person, but it's not made for as a throwing knife. And you can see it actually lines up quite well down the middle there. It's fairly straight. So the things that I like about this, I like the size. It's a good size. It's not too bulky in your pocket. It's got a thin profile, so it fits in your pocket well. It feels good. Like I said, sometimes people might find that a little awkward or take a little bit to get used to it. It is a little different grip, but I'm used to it, so it feels good to me. The weight is good. It stays sharp, like I said. Surprisingly, I've only had to sharpen this twice in, like I say, 8 or 9 years. And I don't mind the looks of it. It actually looks kind of cool to me with the ring there. And I don't know if you can see, but I often use it as a fidget spinner. Hard to do in that little room, but I flip it all over back and forth sometimes when I'm idle and not doing much. But things that I don't like about it, I don't know why Gerber always does this to me. I find Gerber knives hard to open, and I've put some oil in that on it. It's still a stiff opening knife. It's not snap open type thing, but that's okay. It works. It does the trick. I don't know if they would have made it maybe a flipper opening, if that would have been a little better or not. I'm a fan of flipper opening. They're also fun to fidget with when you're sitting doing stuff. But that's my only real big complaint about it, is just the opening. The pivot system is stiff. But I can live with that. And one thing I'm a little mixed on, I'm more okay with it now, but like I say, that took a little bit to get used to in the grip. It is a little different grip, but now I'm used to the big O-ring now, and it doesn't bother my grip at all. So that's the rundown on the Gerber Remix. It does make a great EDC, great knife for first-time knife buyer. If you want something reliable and you don't want to put out a whole bunch of money, it will be a reliable knife for you, and one that will work well. So yeah, Gerber Remix. We will be back in a few days with another knife review, but until then, stay safe and stay sharp.